Hello, everyone, and welcome into a Tuesday evening. I'm Chris Allen, and this is 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. So we've got a little bit of rain. You can see it behind me on the radar back there. We've had some rain today. Some of it's been a little misty at times, and then it rains a little, then it quits, then a little mist, and then it rains again, then it quits. Kind of been like that all day. And it will continue to be kind of that way tonight and even into early Wednesday. Here's a look outside live. If you're watching me live here on this Tuesday evening at 7:50 p.m. Central Time. That's the way it looks from the Plano cam. Cloudy, a little sprinkly, drizzly, enough to where you have to maybe just hit the windshield wiper once or twice and then nothing else. It's there, then it goes away. That's kind of what we'll see the rest of the evening. So if you're out and about, you may get a shower or you may not. It's just the way the atmosphere is behaving right now. Yeah, and Gloria here says it's also foggy. Thank you, Gloria. Foggy. My voice is froggy, but the atmosphere is foggy. Thank you, Gloria. Okay, so let's move on to the numbers from today. And we officially had a high of 70. That's it, 70 at the Bowling Green Airport. That 70 is 12 degrees cooler than normal. The normal high is now 82, and it's going to keep going up. The low was 63, and we picked up 6/10 of an inch of rain for the past 24 hours. 6/10, over a half inch of rain. There were some of you that picked up an inch and an inch and a half or more, which I'll show you on the Kentucky Mesonet in just a moment. Some of you, like south and east of us, picked up a lot more rain than that. All right, let's go to the radar. There it is. You can see that there's a batch of sprinkles out east of Bowling Green, and then there's a batch west of Bowling Green. And so all of that is going to continue to move east and northeast as we go through the night. And you're going to have these times where, like that, where you get a little rain, then it quits, then you get a little more rain, then it quits, then it comes back. Um, it's not going to be a lot of rain. I think we've gotten the heaviest of the rain has been past 24 hours. Tonight, it's just going to be a little bit added to what you already have, and then that'll be done. That will be over. It's not going to be an all-night drencher. But some of you have already picked up some drenching rains, which I'll show you in just a moment. Let's look at Kentucky Mesonet data, temperatures, and all of that here at 7:53 p.m. on this Tuesday evening. Lots of 60s, even close to 70 in a few spots, 65, 66 here in Bowling Green. Rainfall amounts, let's go past 24 hours. And you can see the heaviest rain has been Barron County, Metcalfe County, over toward Greene, Adair counties. Looks like maybe Taylor County. Yeah, well over an inch of rain past 24 hours, just to the east of Bowling Green, over the Green River Lake area. That's where the most has fallen. Barron River Lake, of course, getting some pretty good rainfall. West has been really light, but they're just now, as you saw on the radar, some of you west of us are just now starting to get some measurable rainfall, like a tenth of an inch in Hopkinsville, and then 16 hundredths of an inch of rain in Muhlenberg County, so forth and so on. But the lighter amounts have been west, heavier amounts have been here to the east. Winds today have been primarily out of the north and east, thanks to the low pressure center moving away from us. It's still close enough to give us that little bit of light rain and drizzle and mist and fog that we are seeing right now. And it will continue to do that as we go through the night. And again, it's not going to be like a continual thing. It's just going to be a little drizzly, a little foggy. If you're out this evening, you're going to notice that. If you're out and about. Otherwise, it's just going to be a cloudy, damp evening. Here is the current map with the boundary set up here, and that's why we're starting to see a little more activity. And you can see that it's picking up on that, what the radar just showed back to the west of Bowling Green. There's the low now moving away from us, but there's another one back down toward Jackson, Tennessee. Now, as we get into early Wednesday morning, there will be a few places that see fog. Some of you are already seeing that, and any kind of rain would be just light rain and moving away with that low pressure system. Here is 7 a.m. Wednesday morning. Still some light rain showers and drizzle along the cold front to the east. And then we start to see a little bit of drying out back to the west. Here's 1 o'clock Wednesday. I'm going to leave in a chance that we could see a shower late in the afternoon, perhaps even a thunderstorm tomorrow. Especially if a little bit of sun comes out, which is possible. We're going to see a mix of clouds and sun, especially west of Interstate 65 tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, we start to see a little more in the way of drying out, which is good. We need to dry out. I mean, just damp, moist. Yeah, all of that. 7 a.m. Thursday, next feature moves in. We get showers, perhaps even a thunderstorm, especially in the afternoon. And you see it here, better rainfall Thursday evening and as we get into Friday morning. You think you're going to be done with the rain and then you're not. That's the problem. Here's Saturday morning, last day of May, 31st, drier. That's a whole lot better. Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to move the map like that. Drier, much drier. Here is Sunday, the first day of June. I finally see could it be a break? Here's Monday. Then here's Tuesday. Wow, I see 3 or 4 days there where we might actually dry out a little bit. Wouldn't that be something? But you see back to the west by Tuesday morning, another system will try to work in here with yet another chance of rain. Yuck. So, what about the blender? The model blender? It's showing maybe upper 70s tomorrow, but I'm not convinced that's going to happen. Maybe mid 70s, but not close to 80. Not yet. Now, more into Thursday, it's a possibility because we'll have more sun. And I think this particular blend of models is trying to show us that maybe tomorrow there will be enough sun to bring that temperature up. into the upper 70s, but I'm not convinced that's going to happen. 80, maybe Thursday, but look, we go back to 73 on Friday, and that's a good chance of rain in the afternoon and evening, and that's as another cold front comes through. But then right after that, and I talked about this last night, here come the 80s, and look at all of those mid and upper 80s as we head into next week, the first few days of June. Now, I will tell you this, the models are a little bit biased, leaning maybe a little too warm. I'm thinking that some of those 87s and 88s that you see there next week may not get that warm. Maybe low to mid 80s. I think there's going to be an adjustment, but we'll see. I could be wrong about it, but I think those numbers are maybe pushing it just a bit too much. I mean, it could happen, but we'll see. We'll see. Here's a look at the graphical forecast as I presented to you this morning on uh, sunrise, News 40 sunrise, and at noon. I predicted 73 today, but we only made it to 70. So I was 3 degrees off. Anyway, 77 tomorrow and Thursday. I don't see 80 yet. Maybe if the sun comes out long enough on Thursday, we could get closer to 80. But then we've got showers and storms in the afternoon. Same for Friday, cooler. Then we go a dry Saturday and 78, a shower maybe Sunday, 76, and then Monday warming up to 82. But right now, I just don't see those upper 80s. Not yet. Still could happen, but I just don't see it yet. Okay, I want to show you a photograph here before I go. I just got back from Gallatin, Tennessee, where Sheila and I visited our one of our grandsons. This is our adopted grandson, Xander, and Xander just graduated kindergarten. Look at him. That was about an hour ago. A little over an hour ago. We took that picture. I mean, look at him. And he is autistic. But let me tell you that when my youngest daughter, Jessica, and her husband, uh, Adam, found Xander and was, they were fostering, okay? But he was much smaller. He was like 2, 3 years old. Um, so they were fostering and they didn't want to give him up, so they adopted him. But Xander was nonverbal. I mean, his way of communicating when we first saw him was to scream and to just be loud and just he was nonverbal. So anything that he wanted or he couldn't speak words, so he would just scream or point or and that was it. Xander is now totally verbal and we can't get him to shut up. Oh gosh, it's so fun to see. My daughter and her husband have just worked so much, and his teachers have worked so much with him. He can write sentences, he writes his name, he says he just says what he wants to say, and he can say it. And to see him going from just the really, and I won't get into all the backstory, but it was an awful place that he was in to see him now smiling all the time, talking all the time. laughing all the time, loving all the time is really something. It really is. So we just love Xander and we're just so proud of him and his mom and dad. And so now on to first grade for Xander. Isn't he cute? He's awesome. I love being a granddaddy. All right. That'll do it for this edition of your weather in the 270. I hope that you have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. on WNKY News 40 Sunrise, and then again at 12 noon tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you as always